everyone to High Ground MTG. I'm one of your co-hosts, Spiny Mouse, here with some troll worship. And, we've got some things. Opponent's got a Lurrus. We've got a Sylvan Caryatid. Who will win? Who will win? We're on the draw. Let's hope we draw a turn one play. Snow-covered island with Lurrus? Wonder if this is just like... I don't hate drawing Windswept Heath, actually. Just because we're going to need a second white for Skyclave, assuming Skyclave does anything. Our opponent has a draw step. Stop. Draw stop step. Pass the turn. Opt opponent. Opt. Thought Scour. Thought Scour's us. Alright. Is this mill? We're up against mill? Green blue mill? Be strange. Mill doesn't play Thought Scour, do they? Or are they just trying to get a peek at what we're playing over here? I guess the troll probably gives it away, assuming you know anything about all this. All right, well, we're gonna, I guess, see if our opponent wants to counter a Caryatid. Witchstalker could be pretty good here, depending on what our opponent is doing. It's Fang Wattler. All right, so some sort of snow thing. Oh, Death Touch is kind of annoying, actually. Mishra's Bauble. This is just like Simic blue, green, good stuff. Snow good stuff. Attacks for one. Actually, our Sword of Feast and Famine with our Witchstalker can be pretty good. Actually, Maul gives first strike? Yes, it does. All right. Well, we are going to attempt to cast this Witchstalker. I have a feeling it's going to get countered. What do you think? Beep, beep, and boop. Do you have the counter spell? Opponent is Sultai, so making Witchstalker pretty good, actually. Pretty good. Yeah, here comes... Oh, Thought Scour, okay, sure. Thought Scour is fine. Don't care about Thought Scour right now. Oh, did they draw into the counter? Drown in the lock! No! No! Oh. Alright. Alright. Well, what you gonna do? Attacks for one. I guess we just path this thing, depending on what our opponent does. Mostly because we'd like to have them counter... I guess we have the Apparition, though, to play next turn. Yeah, I guess we have Apparition, so we want to target for Apparition. Noblest of Hierarchs. Okay. White, green. For Skyclave, Apparition. Come on, Skyclave. Resolve, please. Please? Please just don't have Cryptic? Just don't have Cryptic. That's all I ask of you. Or any other billions of counterspells that you probably definitely have. Come on. Alright, well, Rest in Peace coming in. I guess we're going to path the Snack. on our opponents. Maybe on, well, I don't know. We can just let it attack us. Like, it's only doing 1 damage a turn. Not too worried about it. And I'd like to, I wouldn't mind if they, I don't know. Wouldn't mind getting Luris with that, but. Fatal Push? Rude. Well, our swords are looking terrible. I guess we're just gonna path this right now. Like, maybe this is silly, but we need to get rid of their Death Touch ability here. Our opponent has enough lands that I don't think giving them 1 more matters. I guess we don't really know exactly what they're playing, but hey, Birds of Paradise. Birds. We're gonna play Sword of Feast and Famine here, mostly because I would actually rather that get countered than the Maul, I think, at this point. Like, I'm sure our opponent's just gonna get rid of whatever creature we try to attach it to, which is gonna be this Birds of Paradise next turn. Next turn, we can play Maul and equip Sword of Feast of Famine, assuming our opponent just doesn't have everything. Which it seems like maybe they just have everything. Sure. It is countered. Nothing we can do about it. Eventually, our opponent's got to run out of counters, though, right? Right? Please. Please tell me down in the comments down below that our opponent eventually will run out of counters and we'll stop. We'll actually be able to cast things that aren't just mana dorks. While you're down there, hit that like button or the subscribe button. I don't know. Do what you feel is right by you and by me. Especially me, though. Misty Rainforest. And we're tapping some lands here. Yep. Gonna get Luris. Sure. Are you also going to cast the Luris? Doesn't look like it. They could crack this Misty, I'm assuming, to get a black source for Luris, but looks like they want to leave up a counter spell. Well, here goes a nothing. I'm assuming this has got to be counter spell, potentially cryptic. It resolves. That means they have the removal spell for the bird. Probably another Drown in the Loch, because why not have, what is that, 3? It lives. All right. I mean, they could still just remove it when we attack with it, obviously. It does have first strike, so Sneck is not going to stop it. But I'm assuming our opponent has more fatal pushes or other things. Getting in for 2. Yep, there's removal spell number 4. All right. Well, we're at least going to crack this Canopy at end of turn. See if we can't draw a creature. Creature would be nice. Targeting themselves. How selfish. Draws 2 more cards, up to 5. Or no, I guess up to 4. Plays a snow-covered island. Opponent has all the lands. Plays a Luris. Sure. To get back Bauble. Or I guess they could get Sneck here too. Plays a Bauble. Oh no, we passed the Sneck, so couldn't get that back. But they can just get this Mishra's Bauble back forever. Bauble back forever. Hey. Alright, so we're going to crack this. Down to 14. Grab a Temple Garden. Come on, opponent, let us crack our fetch land, please. Really? You have something? Thought Scout. Okay, sure. I mean, we're not going to run out of lands if that's what you're trying to do. What do we lose here? Oh, we lost Batterskull and a snow-covered plains. Sure, that's fine. I mean, I guess that's a thing you can do, opponent. I guess that's a thing you can do. We're going to sack this Rising Canopy to draw a card. So I think we have enough mana at this point. Path to Exile, not the worst, I suppose. So we really need a creature. Draws a card. Worship. Alright, so we're going to Path Loris. And we're going to try to play a Worship. See if it works. If they counter this... Okay. Sure. Casquaddle, sure. Is fine. Which I think means that both Path and Worship will resolve. I don't know if they have a 1-mana counter for Worship. I guess they could have Force of Negation. But this is all we can do. Alright, Worship resolves. Our opponent, I guess, could also have Cryptic Command, which would bounce our Worship. Who knows if our opponent's running some sort of Wrath as well. Attacks for 1. Yeah, don't care about that at the moment. I guess we could equip them all to Sylvan Caryatid, so we can block the Ice Fang. Okay, Cling to Dust for Path to Exile. Sure. Hey, we draw a land. Alright, well, we're going to equip Maul to our Caryatid here. We can't attack with it. But it can block a Coatl. So, we got that going for us. Our opponent's going to run out of cards before we do. So we also have that going for us, if it comes down to that. I'm a little worried because this is game 1. Snapcaster Mage. For Archmage's Charm. Draw some cards. Sure, why not? Looking for that Cryptic Command. At least I have to imagine that's what they're doing. Opponent has so many cards. Mishra's Bauble to draw more cards. It's also going to take them a while before they can even, like, kill us. Fails to find. That's something. Means if we find a Field of Ruin, we can start strip mining. If we find our Eternal Witness, we can, like, loop it. That's a good plan. Good plan. Let's do that. Problem is that nothing we ever play is going to... Okay. Or we're just going to draw more lands. Okay. Here you go, opponent. Do your worst. We're just drawing lands here. Just drawing lands. Cryptic. Cling to Dust. Sure. We all also will have to kill our opponent eventually, though our opponent's down to 25 cards. So the milling out plan has some potential. Has some potential. We have the Sylvan Caryatid that can kind of hold our line for a while. Looks at our library. The Nerve. Sunken Ruins. No attacks. Makes sense. Makes sense. Draws a card. Second Worship. Do we even play second? I guess we play the Second Worship. Like, our opponent's most likely just going to counter it. I mean, if they have Cryptic, they have Cryptic. But they also can't, like, kill us this turn, so maybe... I don't know. We're gonna play it. I don't know if there's a good reason to hold on to it. I guess if they have Cryptic and they counter it, then we would have 2 in hand, which we could potentially play next turn. Yeah, there's Cryptic, return, counterbounce. Alright. That's fine. That's fine. Again, we do have a 2/5 first strike flying defender. Hexproof. So we got that going for us. It's going to take our opponent a while to find a way to kill us. They cannot bounce Sylvan Caryatid. Do we even play this? I don't know if we need to. Let's not play it. Let's not play it. We'll save it. We'll save it. The dog has realized someone is here. That's right, opponent. Opponent, once again, choosing selfishly to draw cards for themselves, instead of letting us draw cards. I want to point out that they could target us at any time. But they don't. No. They have 6 cards in hand. One more card? How many more cards do they need? You know? I just think it's a little selfish. So we need our Thrun. We need our Thrun. We do have one in the main board. We do have one on the main board for situations such as this. Temple Garden. We are almost out of lands. We are almost out of lands to go get. Wait, is Thrun... Thrun is not in the graveyard. Thrun is not in the graveyard. Field of Ruin. Let's see. I don't know if that matters. You know what? Take this, opponent. We can go fetch a land. Can you go fetch a land? Fails to find. All right. Going down to 19 cards. Our mill plan is going to work. It's going to get us there. It's going to get us there. We're also up in time. I'm going to try to... I mean, the argument against doing that is really we should be playing our turns as fast as possible. Or I guess our opponent could bounce our Maul here too, which lets them attack with Ice Fang, but that still gives us like 10 turns to resolve Ice Fang. Alright, clings to dust, some stuff. Sure, that's fine. That's fine. Opponent down to 17 cards. In their library with 8 cards in hand. 8. Oh, they had a breeding pool? Was that just in their hand? Horizon Canopy. I guess we just crack it now, just in case. Just in case. What if we draw Thrun? Path to Exile, okay. Alright, sure. Path to Exile's fine. Just in case they get sneaky with something. looted Delta. Oh, you know what? If they had Cryptic, and we went to block, they could like remove Maul. We're gonna Path Ice Fang here. I don't think our opponent has lands to search for. Yeah, it doesn't even search. Ooh, a Stoneforge Mystic. I mean, this is 100% getting countered, and I don't even know. Like, do we have any? So we have Batterskull. Okay, so we could have a. Well, no. Let's see. What's in? No. Okay, so we have no more things to go get. So we are just playing this just for funsies. Just for funsies. Our opponent doesn't know that we don't have anything now. Yeah, counters the spell anyways. That's fine. They were afraid. Afraid of the Stoneforge. Prismatic Vista for more manas. Which we know they don't have. I realize this is the most exciting game you've ever watched of MTG. I don't know what our opponent can do in this situation. Again, I think their cryptic bouncing is something. Because they can bounce Maul. Fatal pushes their own. Sure? I don't have to target something. And in fact, I can't target my own things. I don't know if they thought that I could target my own things. And so they were like trying to get me with that. I don't know what that was. I have no idea. I mean, I guess they can now fatal push my Skyclave if they want, but they could do that just by cracking a... I don't know what that was. Someone explain that to me. Someone explain to me what just happened and why. Okay. So they... Alright. Sure, yeah. I mean, if you have the fatal push, like, you could have fatal pushed... Yeah, sure. Draw a card, opponent. Draw a card. This is fine. This is fine that you are drawing a card. Cast a Tarmogoyf. Alright, well, our opponent can start attacking now. It is a 5/6. So... Castle Ardenvale, actually, may just keep us alive here. Let's see, this costs 4 to activate. 1, 2, 3, let me see. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can play Worship and activate Castle. Seems okay. And then block Goyf forever and ever. Amen. I'm sure this is getting countered. I'm 100% sure this is getting countered. But at this point, I don't know if it matters. Cast Drowned Log. Okay. Yep. So there goes that. So that plans out. And I guess like our opponent can have like fatal push and stuff. We are down to a small life total. Opponent only has 13 cards, so they need to stop drawing cards here. Down to 12. Goes to attack. Let's create a human in the PG way. Creates a 1/1 white human creature token. And then let's go to blocks. I mean, if our opponent has Fatal Push here, or you know, 1 million of their other removal spells, then you know our little Humi dies. Opponent scoops it up. Woo! Oh man, what a weird one. What a weird one. So bringing in graveyard stuff. Taking out Night. Taking taking out Maul? Not Maul. Scargrave Apparition. Ooh, sort of Fire Nice is actually pretty good. Maybe like a Birds and a... Well, they have Tarmogoyf, so I don't really want to take our path. Maybe an E-Witness and a Troll? Run it like that? Actually, maybe we... Is Sigarda good here? I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. Our opponent has to win 2 games now. With 10 minutes on the clock, and we have 16 minutes. That was a crazy game. Crazy, crazy game. All right, we will keep this. We will keep this, absolutely. Hope our opponent doesn't have like a turn 1 counter. Breeding Pool tapped. Makes me feel good inside. Real good. Come on, draw step, stop. Noble Hierarch, a go. Don't forget to drink your water. Gotta stay hydrated. I don't know what that was, don't ask. Or do ask down in the comments below. It's like a phrase or something. Mishra's Bauble, drawing cards on my turn, no less. On my turn. Ooh. Kinda wanna get Witch Stalker down. I mean, it's like 100% getting countered, but if it doesn't, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it. Again, we can be a little bit reckless. We don't want to be too reckless here, but we can be a little bit reckless because our opponent their clock is much smaller than ours. You know, and it's not about. I'm not even gonna say we are a PG podcast. Yeah, let's see which stalker not resolve. Logic Knot. X equals 1. No, we will not pay 1 for Logic Knot. Because Simian Spirit Guide has left the channel. Has left the chat. Alright. Well, next turn. If our opponent plays any sort of threat, we have the removal. Fatal Pushes. Alright. That hurts a little bit. That hurts our mana situation a little bit. And a Tarmogoyf. Alright. Horizon Canopy. That is painful. It is painful. But, yeah, we're just going to play a Skyglaive Apparition here. Eat the Goyf. I'm sure that this means that our opponent has like a removal spell and is just going to kill it. A Fatal Push requires a fetch land. Plays Zagoth Triome. Looks like no Fatal Push yet. Okay. Play a Gavany Township. Attack for 2. Our opponent will let us. Here we go. No blocks. Suppose our opponent could have had like snakes, or maybe we should have been a little bit more careful there. But not too worried at this point. Our own life total is going to become an issue though, because we keep hurting ourselves with Horizon Canopies and whatnot. Yes, we will use it. Sword of Fire and Ice. I'm assuming this means our opponent does have a Fatal Push? Or Drowned in the Lock. So many things. Archmage's Charm to draw some cards. Polluted Delta. Cracks it. Snow-covered Schwamp. Snapcaster for Fatal Push. Which thing do you Fatal Push? Because we can also just play Sword of Fire and Ice. I guess we can't equip it unless we draw an extra land. Targets the Stoneforge, sure. Alright. Alright. Do we draw the land? We do not. We do not. We do have a worship though. It's interesting. Again, a little painful, But we're gonna play another Skyclave Apparition. See if our opponent wants to do anything about it. Drowns the lock. Okay, well, we'll pass turn. That's fine. That is fine. No attacks. No attacks. Does our opponent attack? They do. Okay. We'll block. What else will you do, opponent? Grabs Luris from the Wish Zone. Windswept Heath. I actually don't hate Windswept Heath. We'll play that. Go to combat. If our opponent tries to snake us here, we have Path up. Crack this now. Let's go. Alright, what are we playing here? Sort of Fire and Ice here? Or do we just... I don't think fielding them is going to do anything at the moment. So we're going to attempt to play Sword of Fire and Ice. I'm sure it gets countered. Nothing we can do about that. We're going to save up our 2 removal spells for Luris, in case we need both of them. Do they have... what do they have in their yard? They do have a Bauble. Okay. So we can Path in response to casting the Bauble. Yeah, down to 8. Casts a Luris. Alright, we're going to Path the Luris in response. And see what other counterspells our opponent has. Cast Drown in the Lock. Okay. Alright, so Luris lives for now, but we do have the Apparition to get rid of him next turn. Plains. Wouldn't hate a Plains. Second Field of Ruin is kind of a Plains. kind of a plains. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3. We have almost enough mana to do everything, right? So let's sacrifice this to get rid of. Actually, I guess we don't want to give them Fatal Push ability, but I feel like we kind of need to do this so we can fix our mana a little bit. Opponent stores a mana. We're going to get a plains here. We're going to go to our second main phase so that their mana is hopefully wasted. Does mean we don't get to attack, but if they have like, I mean, they have a Thought Scour. Branch off Pathway and a Stone Forge. Sure. Alright, Skyclave Apparition to the rescue once again. Hopefully. And then another Thought Scour, sure. And then we've done so much damage to ourselves with just our Horizon Canopies, since that's been like our only mana sources. So we'll see what happens here. Opponent gonna attack. If we block, we just give them another 2/2 attacker. So I think we just have to hope. We can also, next turn, we can activate Gavany Township. Troll. Opponent down to less than 5 minutes. So we tap down 2, then we can't actually do the Gavany, right? Because yeah, that'd be a lot of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. So we just have to pass. We'll take 2. Take 1. We'll be down to 2. Taking 1. Opponent, again, is also down to less than 5 minutes here, and they have to win 2 games. I think our chances are pretty good. Pretty good. Cast Thought Scour. What do we lose? Worship. Oh, Thrun is kind of a bummer. Thrun is kind of a bummer. What else do you have? Snapcaster. That's unfortunate. I think we're gonna, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we can crack a Horizon Canopy. Maybe we should have just played Troll. See, now our opponent's gonna snap in something, or drown and lock something. They get a 3/3. We only have 1 blocker. They have 3 attackers. So I guess we have to like draw 2 cards. I guess we should have drawn them on the end of our turn to hope we draw Path. Sacrifice Horizon Canopy with this Field of Ruin. It's a relic. Yeah, we go down 1 more. And obviously, like, if our opponent has a counter spell, then none of this matters at all. That is not a path. All right. Take our beats. Let's block this 3/3 here, just to do so. Opponent's down to 4 minutes. We're down to 9. We're gonna go to game 3, everybody. Going to game 3. What? What? A grind fest. What a grind fest. Do we change anything? I don't think so. I don't think so. I would like to play first. I do like the relic. This is a really slow hand, but I think that's okay. Our opponent does not have a very fast deck, so I don't mind just like turn 1 relicking. That's very fine to me. We're gonna make him think we don't even have mana. Relic resolves. I feel like that's pretty good here. Opponent's drowned in the locks and things. Not being very good against a relic. Ooh, Stoneforge Mystic is pretty nice. Especially because we have a sword already in hand. I mean, I'm sure our opponent's going to kill this, like, no doubt. No doubt. Yes. I guess we'll go get Sword of Fire and Ice. Pass it back to our opponent. Wait for them to crack and push our Stoneforge. Oh, they didn't. All right. All right, Stoneforge lives. Stoneforge lives. I guess in that case, we should have gotten Batterskull. All right, target player, exile a card from your graveyard. Windswept Heath. And pass the turn. Yeah, we should have gotten the Batterskull, I suppose, but we were just assuming our opponent was going to kill anything and everything. Which I'm sure they're still going to do. Cast Thought Scour, sure. Cast Thought Scour. There goes a Rest in Peace, Skyclave, and a Thrun. Would have liked that Thrun. Would have liked that Thrun. Snow-covered island. Maybe we won't even need to time out our opponent. I mean, we're still going to try, but... I mean, we're not going to try to time out our opponent. We're going to try to get cool stuff happening. Do we want Sword of Fire and Ice? Do we want Sword of Feast and Famine? Let's go Feast. Crack this. Temple Garden. Stemple Garden. Stemple Garden. Oh, I guess I should have made them exile a card with Relic, but I didn't. Do we play... Do we play anything here? I guess we're going to go to equip. Make our opponent have the removal spell they definitely have. They don't. They don't. Okay. No! I clicked on this card to attack with and it didn't. Okay, cool. Now our opponent's just going to think I'm being a jerk. Snapcaster Mage for Thought Scour, sure. What'd they mill? Rest in Peace, Windswept Heath. Okay. Thought Scour. Canopy Forest. Sure. Sure. Where does the time go? Where does the time go? Mishra's Bauble. Absolutely, opponent. Absolutely. I guess I could have cracked Relic in response to that, but I don't care if they Thought Scour. I'll let them Thought Scour all day. Target player exiles a card. I Exiles the bauble. Ooh, another Stoneforge. Alright, let's go to combat. We are going to attack our opponent this time. I suppose if they have another Snapcaster, they could double block, but they don't. Or they're not going to. We're gonna put down Troll here. Might be nice to have something that they can't target with their removal spells. Just in case they have like Cryptic to bounce a creature, because they can bounce Stoneforge. Don't try to drown. Oh, Logic now. Okay. We will not pay 2. We will not pay 2. That is fine. W. Gary 86 plays Winterland Harbor. Cryptic. Ready. Certainly seems like it's what's going to happen. Oh, there is. No, there is. Into hand. Into hand. Sure. Loris cannot block Stoneforge, though. So it means that we get to attack in with Stoneforge here, I believe. Draw another troll. Doop, boop, ba-doop, boop. I guess we should have played things because we're going to get in with this, but whatever. Our opponent is also down to a minute 36. Not that we have a lot of mana ourselves. I guess what we should have done is we should have fielded Rune in response to that trigger now that we knew it was happening. That would have been the correct thing to do. But when have I ever done the correct thing? We're going to try to get down this Witch Stalker. I guess if our opponent has another counterspell, it's fine. I also just don't know that our opponent can beat us in a minute. We're at 16. They do have a Luris that we just don't care about, I don't think. Castle Goyf, sure. Don't care about Goyf. You can't block Stoneforge with a Goyf, currently. Target this player. So we know they have Luris in hand. At the very least. No Ballista Fire Arcs. Let's get in some damage. And this time we're gonna activate Field because we can. Snapcaster? Snapcaster. Okay. So now we don't activate Field. No illegal targets. Alright, you can block with a Snapcaster. Sure. Uh-huh. What do we even play here? Do we play anything? I guess we'll put on this Noble. Because why not? Why not? Otherwise, we're going to leave everything up. And pass it back. Pass it on back to our opponent. Who plays in Cracks, a Verdant Catacombs. attacks with the Goyf. Sure, we'll take it. We'll take it. You have 30 seconds, opponent. Can you kill us in 30 seconds? Cast a Luris, sure. Cast a Snapcaster, sure. I mean, at this point, like, I don't even care what their opponent plays. They have 25 seconds. Like, I don't even think they can Alpha Strike us in 25 seconds. We have Batterskull? Alright, we're just gonna play Batterskull. And then we're gonna pass the turn. Like, attacking with Stoneforge doesn't do anything. Alright, there you go, opponent. We played a Batterskull. And opponent scoops it up to Batterskull and to the 18 seconds they had left on the clock. Whoa, that was a grindy matchup. Man, I'm gonna have to do some editing on that one. Thanks so much, everybody, for sticking it out all the way to the end. I don't know if I've said it enough yet, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below to see more content just like this, where I try to troll people in Modern. Alright, everybody, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next round.
Thank you for watching High Ground MTG with co-hosts Kai Guy and Spiny Mouse. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click that like button, and if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on future episodes of High Ground MTG. For even more videos, be sure to check out our playlists so that you can have the high ground.